may tell a friend that the new play you saw last night is not so hot. That
On the board. Now this is all idioms for cold. And now we have idioms for hot. Okay, number one. Hot potato. How many of you here have gone and fixed or been in Kaheti where you've done mitzvah? Mitzvah.
Yeah.
Okay. Besides the meat, the hortzi, how often do you put potatoes in the fire?
Yeah.
Very
Very often.
And when you try and take them out, what are they?
It is hot.
Very hot. It's like a piece
You
of
cannot
coal.
touch it.
So, as an idiom, when I say, I'm not going to touch that hot potato, what do I mean?
It's a difficult
To catch some.
It's a person like difficult person, yes?
Well, it doesn't have to, no, because it could be a situation.
Yes.
They gave a couple of examples.
I think so.
And usually, it's like when you think of a politician.
Yes, it
And there is an issue that happens during an election, let's say. Gio,
For example,
if you have a hot potato, how do you have to handle it? What's the word? Carefully. Carefully. So whenever you think of hot potato, you just think it's something that has to be handled carefully.
Yes.
So it could be a person, it could be an issue,
Yes.
It can be.
okay? Number one, read that in your books. What was the second thing?
Hot shot. To hot shot.
Ooh, who's a hot shot? Hot. Well, actually, that was the third one, but it doesn't matter. Hot shot, what does hot shot mean?
People
Hot
who,
shot.
Ani?
people who think that you can do everything and sure that you can.
Sure that you can, but often fail. Because did you remember what the example was? Christina, what did they say on the tape? Do you remember? Where did this phrase come from? We're in the army now. We're not behind the plow. We're digging a ditch. We'll never be rich. It was young soldiers shooting guns and not aiming at Leo, Gio, Ani, or Anna. They're just shooting and the bullets are going everywhere. So it's hit and miss. A hotshot thinks he can do anything, but usually he cannot, or she cannot.
Yes.
Hot shot. Okay, what is not so hot?
Not
Not
so hot.
so
It's,
hot.
when you asking how feel better and you answer not so hot, it's mean
How is your
not
life?
so
Not so
good, not
hot.
so good.
Right.
So.
So.
You never use Georgian.
What's the word in Georgia for that? Essie, or Asi? Okay. That's, you know what, Tamta, that was perfect.
Oh, it's yes.
That's exactly right. Exactly, Zusta. So, what was okay, Ani, what was another meaning for not so hot?
What should
There were two meanings. Sopiko.
You are not like something.
Tamta, please listen, Sopiko is giving an answer.
You are not like something. Really.
Right. Geez, I went to that movie, it wasn't so hot. Gio finally gets his date with Natia. And then she comes and he tells all the friends, she's not so hot.
and she's cute.
Well, not so hot just means I really
Not
thought
cute.
maybe this was going to be great, but it wasn't so great. Not so hot. Okay,
But when someone told me she's hot, it's
she's hot. Then, what would this be? A hottie. Who is a hottie?
beautiful.
Somebody's a hottie. Ooh. Angelina Jolie is a hottie.
Where's sexual?
Kind of, well, usually it's that they're a little bit sexier, you know, they're not. But you can, yeah, I never think of Audrey Hepburn, for instance, as a hottie.
No.
But she was a beautiful woman.
Beautiful, yes.
And the Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, she's a beautiful woman. I don't think of her as a hottie. But Marilyn Monroe was a hottie,
Yes.
right?
No,
Why?
no, I don't like.
You didn't like her?
Marilyn.
And see, and Sophie's got her face on her body today. Okay, so we have hot shot. What was another one?
Hotline.
This is huge. What is a hotline?
When in 2008, there was a war in Georgia, and when Spanish president comes here,
Me?
The Spanish?
No, that's me. French President Nicolas Sarkozy.
Yeah, it was Sarkozy who came here, not the
there
Spanish.
was a hotline between diplomatic relations.
Okay, so when you say, you see, in my country, there are many corporations that have hotlines. So when you say, I have a hotline, what are you really saying?
Difficult.
We have the word hotline, but
911 hotline.
911, that's an emergency number. You have 211, no, what is it, 311? No, what do you have for your hotline?
Zero. No, yes.
112. Okay, 112.
112.
I'd be in trouble here because I'd be trying to do 911 and nobody would answer,
Yeah.
right? No, a hotline, you guys, is direct communication. So anytime anybody says, I have a hotline with Sopico, that means we're in direct communication, not indirect. And why it was so important in the Cold War was both the Soviet Union and America had nuclear armaments. And if something happened in Africa, Khrushchev could call Kennedy and say, it's not us, it's not us. So, to avert a possible war. So now it is used as an idiom for any kind of direct communication between the corporation and their customer, between a corporation and their supplier. There can be a hotline for your employees to complain. Hotline, very important concept. Does everybody gay?
Yes.
Okay, we have now hot head.
Easily implemented.
I always have a hot head because I'm hot all the time.
Because he's moving.
What does it mean, Leo, to be a hothead? If I say Leo is a hothead, what am I saying about you?
Easily angry.
I am clever.
No, Leo, what are you?
Clever.
If you're hot-headed, what happens to you?
What?
What happens to you if I believe you're hot-headed? What am I saying about you?
I don't know.
When you are angry?
Yes, Ani.
I said this.
That means yes. Well, I know, but I wanted him to say it. Ani, what it means is he easily angers. We all can get angry, but some of us are slower to get angry than others. How many of you here know hotheads?
Cousin.
Tazo? He is not.
He is.
Is
Yes,
he?
yes, very hot head.
Really? You mean-
Hottest.
So he's the kind of person. Okay, so Tom, you're right now. I want good English and I want a good sentence. Tazo is a hothead. For example, Miss Mia, last week Tazo did what?